Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Go! 180! Watch it, 5. Oh, here we go. Oh, check 52.
On first down, Trubisky. That's complete to John Ross. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Going deep downfield for Ross, and that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And it's third down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Third down, and they're going to try the jet sweep. Room here to run. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big gain there on third and long. 35 yards.
First down, Chicago.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. And we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Mike 5-5.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Keeps himself upright. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see.
Check 3, check 3. Check 26, check 26. Switch, switch.
Following the penalty, Montgomery. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13.
Undercut. Check, check. Flag down.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. And it's a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. This one taken from the 7. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
From the 29, Prescott letting one fly deep for Cooper. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Prescott trying for Cooper again. This time he finds it. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Well, that'll get him to 1st down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag.
We got this.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
In your face.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Elliott. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, but some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Just like that. Just like that.
3-0 after one on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that. But it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
47. Here we go, 46, 46. 53's the mark.
Now Prescott. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
Prescott's pass intended for Amari Cooper. Incomplete. Coverage on the play by Kyle Fuller.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And the penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3. Elliott. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that 1st down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Marr able to put this one through. And that will tie us at 3-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like that?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
To throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky is going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Hey, Orbit. Check 55 to Mike. Come on. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, ball.
On 3rd down, Trubisky going deep downfield for Ross. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Prescott to throw this time. Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. This is Elliott. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 36, Prescott, and he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Prescott now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
2 times. 46.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. It's a keeper with Prescott. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On the sneak, it's Prescott, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott taking it in, and the Cowboys have taken the lead.
Partner, that was simply an example of getting low, wasn't it?
It was indeed. And for the quarterback, so they get low the line. They did their job. Is the quarterback's job just to find a crease and dive?
Find a crease and just get in there. And ordinarily, you start low yourself, get low behind that offensive line. But sometimes they do such a great job, you can almost fall forward and find the crease for a touchdown.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Go!
at the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 11 yards there, first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. Open man is Trey Burton. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Trubisky going to give this to Montgomery. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Hey, wahoo! 54, Mike, 54. All right, here we go. Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there. Kill.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It's away, and it's a high kick here, but not high enough to hit the scoreboard here in Dallas. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Final play of the half, Prescott. This is taken in by Chad Williams. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here now, Brett Maher. He hit from 62 in his rookie season of 2018. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
58.
Here's Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Here we go. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Here we go, 47.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. First time they looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. A first down carry by Elliott. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
He don't know no better.
Got his man there complete to Gallup. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, Elliott. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And this is picked up by the Bears. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy.
Oh, and that's a nice... job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check pass, check pass. Here we go, 47. Check 26.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And the return will stop right around the 25. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back?
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now it's the backup Fitzpatrick. And his pass incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. This is Grant. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
There you go. Go right in. 20. I got it. Tight end left. 3 down. We're going to 54. Right in. 26.
Prescott from the gun. Making the catch is Sternberger. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th.
Mike 20. Let's go. 26.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Prescott. It's Williams on the catch. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Prescott now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Cowboys on third down. They've been flat getting it done, 8 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now Prescott. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Grant. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. Fitzpatrick to throw it. He's going to air one out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They will run with Grant. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington.
55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat. Here it goes. Check 55. Check 55 to Mike. Oh, yeah. Boy. Here we go again.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
First and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A quick throw out to Hardman on the perimeter. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
At the 34-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Stop your whining. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Bringing up 3rd and 12.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Prescott. Flushed out right. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
We talk about it a lot. One of the dangers of the long field goal, you got to kind of hit it low and drive it. That makes it susceptible to a block here. Not only do they block it, they return it.
And how about how well they did on the return where they didn't create a penalty? Oftentimes in that type of a scrambling situation, someone will clip, someone will block below the waist, right? You name it. In this case, though, that didn't happen. They formed it up, and he took it all the way back for a touchdown.
The extra point splits the uprights, so it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Prescott to throw. Got his man. It's Williams. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And that's Elliott, complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Prescott now from the 50. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
Here we go. 46. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 50. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. 58's the Mike. 58's the Mike.
Back to throw. Completes it to Hardman. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's Prescott. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Watch the twist, watch it. There we go. Kill. Right there. And watch that. And watch the ball. 58's the money. 58's the money.
One last shot now for Prescott. To the tight end and complete. It's Sternberger over the middle. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. With 1 second to go, this to send us to overtime. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And we are all tied at 16 apiece. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll run on first down. Grant. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now the first throw in overtime for Fitzpatrick. Oh, he almost had it. Would have been a big interception. Here in OT. Instead, it'll give them another shot on 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Charlie. Lock in.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. It's taken to the 26. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense did its job. Got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done. Now part 2.
Switch it. At the 46-yard line.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They'll run with Elliott. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
You got him. You got him.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Elliott. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try the sweep with Elliott. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well. And
why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to him.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
A 42-yard attempt.
And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about, a long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for the Cowboys,